Hello, everyone, and welcome to Best English Podcast. I'm Sara, your host, and I am so happy to be here with you today. Thank you for joining me. In this episode, we are going to talk about something very important for all English learners: how to stay focused while listening in English. Now, maybe you have had this experience. You are listening to someone speak in English, maybe in a video, a movie, or even in a real conversation, and suddenly your mind goes somewhere else. You think about food, or about your phone, or about something you need to do tomorrow. And then, when you come back, you realize you missed 10 seconds, or maybe one whole minute of English, and you feel lost. Has that ever happened to you? I think yes. It happens to all of us, even in our own language. So today we will learn step by step how to keep your attention, how to stay focused, and how to enjoy listening in English without feeling tired or lost. First, let's understand why focus is difficult when listening in English. One big reason is that English is not your first language. Your brain is working harder. You are not just listening to the meaning. You're also trying to understand the words, the grammar, the accent, and maybe even the speed. Your brain is doing many jobs at the same time. So of course it gets tired quickly. When the brain gets tired, focus disappears. Another reason is distraction. Think about your phone, social media, people talking near you, or even your own thoughts. Sometimes we are not really listening, even when we want to listen. We think, I hope I understand this. Oh, wait, what did she say? And then we miss more words because we are thinking instead of listening. So staying focused is not about being perfect. It's not about understanding every single word. It's about training your brain to stay present, to stay connected to the sound and to the message. Let me tell you a little personal story. A few years ago, I was learning Spanish. I remember one time I was listening to a Spanish podcast. At first, I was very excited. I said to myself, yes, today I will listen carefully. I will understand everything. But after 5 minutes, I realized my brain was tired. I started thinking about dinner, about messages on my phone, about things I needed to do, and suddenly, I noticed I missed maybe half of the podcast. I felt frustrated. But then I learned something important. I didn't need to catch every word. I only needed to listen for the main idea, for the context. When I changed my goal, my focus became stronger and listening became easier. This is very important for you too. If you tell yourself, I must understand every single word, your brain will panic. You will lose focus. But if you say, I just need to understand the main point, the general meaning, you will relax. When you relax, your brain can focus better. So here's the first practical tip. Set a clear goal before you listen. Ask yourself, what do I want to get from this listening? For example, I want to understand the topic. Or, I want to notice how people use questions. Or, I want to practice listening to accents. If you set a goal, your brain has something to follow. It's like giving your brain a map. With a map, you don't get lost so easily. The second tip is, make your environment ready for listening. Turn off things that can distract you. Put your phone on silent. Find a quiet place if possible. Even small things, like sitting in a comfortable chair or wearing headphones, can help you stay focused longer. And here's another small but powerful tip. Take short notes while listening. You don't need to write full sentences. Just write 1 or 2 words that remind you of the main idea. For example, if the speaker is talking about food and health, you can just write food plus health. This action helps your brain stay active. When your hands are working a little, your brain pays more attention. You see, staying focused is not magic. It's about preparation, mindset, and little habits. When you change your way of listening, focus becomes much easier. So let's go deeper into how your mind works when you listen. When you listen in English, 2 things are happening at the same time. First, your ears are hearing the sounds, the words, the rhythm, the music of English. Second, your brain is trying to make meaning. What is this person saying? What is the message? The problem is sometimes the sounds are too fast or the words are new and your brain cannot catch them all. And then your brain feels stress. Stress makes it even harder to focus. This is why many learners say, I can read and understand, but when I listen, I lose focus so fast. But here is the truth. You don't need to understand every sound or every word. Your brain is smarter than you think. If you stay calm, it will use the words you do understand to guess the meaning. This is how children learn their first language. They never understand every word, but they keep listening, and slowly, they get the meaning. So, the big skill for you is to trust your brain. Stay focused on the big picture. Don't fight with every word. Here's something practical you can do. When you listen, try to repeat this thought in your head. I don't need every word. I just need the idea. This simple sentence is very powerful. It helps your mind relax. And when you are relaxed, your focus becomes stronger. Now let's talk about another technique, active listening. Many learners listen passively. They press play on a video or podcast, and they just sit there. Their eyes move around, their mind thinks about something else, and suddenly 10 minutes are gone. They didn't understand, and they also didn't enjoy it. But active listening is different. Active listening means you are not only hearing the words, you are also doing something with them. For example, you can repeat some words out loud, write down one phrase you like, pause and think, what did I just hear? Guess what the speaker will say next? When you do these things, you are not just a listener, you are part of the conversation. And when you feel part of it, your focus stays much stronger. Let me share a small moment from my own experience. When I was learning Spanish, I used to listen to Spanish songs. At first, I would just listen passively, and my mind would wander. But one day, I decided to sing along, even if I didn't know all the words. I repeated just the small parts I understood. And you know what? I was more focused, and I remembered more. The action of repeating kept my brain alive. This is why I always tell my students, don't be a quiet listener. Move your mouth, move your hands, take notes, say something, even whisper. Active listening is like exercise. Your body is involved, and your focus becomes stronger. Another important thing is short focus times. Many learners make a mistake. They try to listen for 1 whole hour. After 10 minutes, they are tired, but they keep going. In the end, they are frustrated, and they don't want to listen again tomorrow. It's better to listen for 10 minutes with full focus than 1 hour with half focus. So here's a simple rule. Start small. 5 minutes of strong listening is enough. Tomorrow, do 6 minutes. The next day, maybe 7. Slowly, your brain becomes stronger, just like muscles in the gym. Think about this. If you never go to the gym, you cannot suddenly lift very heavy weights. You start with small ones. It's the same with listening. Don't fight with 1 hour. Start with short focus and grow slowly. And remember, focus is not only about the ears, it's also about the body. If your body is tired, your focus will be weak. If your body has no energy, your mind will wander. That's why it helps to sit up straight, take a deep breath before listening, or even stretch your arms. These little body actions send a message to your brain. Hey, wake up, we are ready to listen. So now, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges, distractions inside your mind. Sometimes it's not the phone, not the noise, not the people around you. Sometimes the problem is you, your own thoughts. Maybe you are listening to English, but at the same time you are thinking, oh no, I will never understand this. What if I make a mistake later? Did I forget to send that email? What should I eat for dinner? And suddenly you realize you are not listening anymore. You are in your head, not in the present moment. This is normal. It happens to everyone, even native speakers. The trick is not to fight your thoughts, but to notice them and come back. Let me share a small trick with you. Imagine you are sitting in a park. You see people walking past. Some people are tall, some short, some wearing blue shirts, some with dogs. They just come and go. Your thoughts are the same. They come, they go. You don't need to follow every person in the park, and you don't need to follow every thought in your head. Just notice, oh, I'm thinking, and then come back to the sound of English. This skill is called mindful listening. It means you are aware when your mind moves away, and you gently bring it back. It's like training a puppy. The puppy runs away, you don't hit it, you just call it back kindly. Same with your focus. Another thing that helps is using your eyes. When you listen, don't just stare at nothing. Try looking at something that helps you stay awake and present. For example, if you are watching a video, focus on the speaker's face, their mouth, their hands. If it's only audio, you can close your eyes for a few seconds and imagine the situation. Visualization keeps your brain busy in a good way. When I was learning Spanish, I used to close my eyes and imagine the speaker standing in front of me. I imagined their hands moving, their eyes, even their clothes. This made me feel more connected to the voice, and it stopped my mind from running away. Here's another powerful tip. Repeat what you hear inside your head. For example, if the speaker says, English listening is about focus, you can repeat in your mind, Listening is about focus. You don't need to say it aloud, just echo the sound inside. This echo keeps your brain active and it reduces distractions. Now let's talk about emotions, because emotions are very important for focus. If you feel bored, focus goes away quickly. If you feel curious, your focus becomes stronger. So, one of the smartest things you can do is to choose listening materials that you actually enjoy. Don't force yourself to listen to something very boring, just because someone said it is good for learning. Ask yourself, what do I like? Movies, comedy, news, stories? Choose English materials in that area. When you care about the topic, your brain naturally pays more attention. For example, if you love cooking, listen to a cooking podcast. If you love sports, listen to sports commentary. Focus follows interest. But sometimes you must listen to something you don't like, for example, in school or at work. In this case, you can make it more interesting by setting a little challenge. For example, say to yourself, "Today I will count how many times the speaker uses the word but," or "I will try to notice one interesting phrase I can use later." These little games trick your brain into paying attention. So, to summarize this part, distractions in your mind are normal. The solution is not to fight them, but to notice them and gently come back. Use your eyes, use visualization, repeat inside your head, and connect emotionally to the material. When you do this, focus becomes much easier. Now, let's look at something many people forget: your energy, habits, and daily routines. These things have a big impact on your focus when listening in English. Think about it. If you are tired, if you didn't sleep well, or if you are hungry, how can your brain focus on English sounds? It's almost impossible. Your brain is part of your body. When your body is weak, your focus is weak. So the first habit is very simple. Take care of your body, sleep enough, drink water, eat healthy food, move your body a little before you listen. You don't need to be perfect, but if you give your body basic energy, your brain will reward you with better focus. I'll tell you a short personal moment. A few years ago, I was listening to an English audiobook very late at night. I was already tired, but I told myself, no, I must finish this. After 10 minutes, my eyes were closing, my mind was lost, and I realized I didn't remember anything. The next day, I listened again in the morning after breakfast, and guess what? It was much easier. I could focus for 20 minutes without losing attention. So don't punish yourself. Choose the right time of day. For many people, morning is the best time for focus. For others, it's evening. Test yourself and see when your brain feels fresh. That is your golden time for listening practice. Another habit that helps is short daily practice instead of long random practice. Many learners listen for 1 hour today, then nothing for 1 week. This doesn't help focus. Your brain likes routine. It likes small steps every day. Even 10 minutes daily is better than 2 hours only on Sunday. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't brush for 1 hour once a week, right? You brush a little every day. Listening works the same way. Small daily listening keeps your brain trained, and it becomes easier to focus because your brain knows, this is our habit. Also, pay attention to your environment habits. If you always listen in the same place, like on your bed, maybe your brain thinks, oh, this is sleep time. And then you lose focus. Try changing your place sometimes. Sit at a desk, go for a walk with headphones, or sit near a window. A new place can refresh your mind and make you more alert. And let's not forget the power of movement. If you sit completely still for too long, your body becomes lazy and your mind follows. That's why walking while listening is powerful. When your body is moving, your blood is moving, your brain is awake. Have you ever noticed that ideas come to you while walking? The same is true for listening. Walking listening can make focus easier. Now, here's a little exercise you can try. Before you start listening, take a deep breath in and out 3 times. Stretch your shoulders and neck. Say to yourself, I am ready to listen. This only takes 30 seconds, but it tells your brain and body, we are starting something important. That simple ritual helps you focus much better. So, to sum up this part, focus is not only about the mind, it's about your body, your habits, your energy, and your daily routine. When you give your body enough sleep, water, food, and small daily practice, your brain will reward you with strong attention during listening. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for English learners: fast English. Many students tell me, Sarah, when I read English, I understand. But when I listen, people speak so fast. I cannot follow. I lose focus after only a few seconds. Does that sound familiar to you? I think yes. This is very common. The truth is, English often feels fast because the sounds connect together. Native speakers don't pronounce every word slowly and clearly. For example, instead of saying, "What are you doing?" word by word they may say, "What you doing?" All the sounds are connected. If you try to catch every single sound, you get tired and your focus breaks. So, what can you do? Let's look at a few practical strategies. 1. Don't fight with the speed. When people speak fast, don't panic, relax. Your brain doesn't need every word to understand. Focus on the keywords. For example, in the sentence, "Yesterday I went shopping with my friend, and we bought some shoes and pizza." Maybe you only hear, "Yesterday, shopping, friend, shoes, pizza." Guess what? That's enough to understand the main idea. You don't need every little word like with and some. Part 2. Train with short, fast clips. Don't start with a long movie. Start with something short, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute. Play it several times. The first time, just listen. The second time, focus on the main idea. The third time, listen for details. Little by little, your brain gets used to the speed. 3. Shadowing technique. This is very powerful. Play one sentence, pause, and repeat it out loud, exactly the same way you hear it. Copy the speed, the rhythm, the melody. When you do this, your ears become sharper and your brain learns to catch fast English. It's like training your muscles in the gym. Let me tell you a quick story about one of my students. He told me he hated watching English movies because the actors spoke so fast. He said, "Sarah, it's impossible for me. I lose focus in 2 minutes." So I gave him a simple task. Choose one very short clip from a movie, just 20 seconds. Every day, he watched that same clip 3 times. At first, he understood maybe 20%. But after 1 week, he understood 70%. After 2 weeks, he almost understood everything. Why? Because his brain became comfortable with the speed. The point is, fast English feels scary at first, but with practice, your brain adjusts. Now, let's connect this back to focus. When you meet fast English, don't try to slow the speaker down in your mind. Instead, change your listening goal. Say to yourself, "I will only catch the main words." This small change will protect your focus. If you try to catch everything, you will get frustrated and stop listening. If you try to catch only the main words, you will feel success and your focus will grow. Here's another little exercise. Take a short video in English. First, play it normally, then play it at 0.75 speed, a little slower. After that, play it again at normal speed. Your brain will notice the difference and you will understand more. This helps you keep your focus because you see that fast English is not impossible, it just needs training. So remember, speed is not the enemy, it is part of real English. If you relax, focus on keywords, use short clips, and practice shadowing, your focus will become stronger every week. Now, let's talk about something many learners don't notice: emotions and confidence. These two things have a huge effect on your focus when you listen in English. Think about this. If you feel nervous, afraid, or shy, can you really focus? Probably not. Your mind is busy with worry. You are thinking, what if I don't understand? What if I miss something important? Maybe my English is not good enough. When your mind is full of worry, there is no space left for focus. But if you feel confident and relaxed, listening becomes much easier. You don't fight with yourself, you just listen. One of my students once told me, "Sarah, when I listen to English, I feel stupid. I lose focus because I believe I will fail." The student was smart, but his negative thoughts destroyed his focus. So I asked him to change his self-talk. Instead of saying, "I will fail," I told him to say, "I am learning." It's okay if I don't understand everything. After a few weeks, he told me, now I can focus longer, because I don't punish myself when I miss words. You see, his listening skills didn't suddenly become perfect, but his emotions changed. That gave him more focus. So, what can you do to improve your emotions when listening? 1. Use positive self-talk. Before you start, tell yourself, "I am improving." Every minute of listening makes me better. Simple, but powerful. 2. Accept mistakes. You will miss words. You will lose focus sometimes. That's normal. Even native speakers say, "Sorry, what did you say?" Don't expect perfection. Expect progress. 3. Celebrate small wins. Did you understand the main idea? Great. Did you hear one new word? Excellent. Did you focus for 5 minutes without your mind wandering? That's success. Focus grows when you feel success, even in small steps. Emotions are not only about confidence, they are also about interest and curiosity. When you are curious, focus comes naturally. Think of a child listening to a bedtime story. Their eyes are wide, their ears are open because the story is interesting. You can create the same feeling with English. Choose topics you enjoy. Listen with curiosity, not with fear. For example, one of my students loved football. He started listening to football commentary in English. At first, it was very fast, but he didn't give up because he loved the topic. His curiosity about the match kept him focused, even when it was difficult. Here's a little exercise you can try today. Choose one short listening in English. Before you press play, smile and say to yourself, "I'm ready to enjoy this." While you listen, don't judge yourself. Just stay curious. After you finish, write down one thing you understood and one thing you liked. This simple exercise connects listening with positive emotion, and positive emotion is the best fuel for focus. So remember this: focus is not only about the brain, it's also about the heart. If you build confidence, accept mistakes, and stay curious, your focus will be much stronger, and listening will feel less like a fight and more like an adventure. Now, let's talk about something very practical: daily exercises and routines that can help you train your focus step by step. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. If you never train it, it stays weak. So, instead of waiting for focus to just happen, you can build it every day with small, simple habits. Exercise 1. The 5-minute focus practice. Choose one short listening in English, maybe a podcast clip, a news story, or even a YouTube video. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Your only job is to listen with full attention for those 5 minutes. No phone, no multitasking, no thinking about dinner, just listening. After 5 minutes, stop, even if you feel you can do more. This exercise trains your brain to concentrate for short, strong periods. Later, you can slowly increase to 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Exercise 2. Note and repeat. While you listen, write down 1 or 2 keywords every 30 seconds. Don't try to write sentences, just keywords. For example, if the audio says, "Today we're talking about healthy food and exercise," you can write, "Food, exercise." Then, when the clip finishes, look at your notes and repeat the main ideas out loud in your own words. This forces your brain to stay active, and your focus becomes stronger because you are not only listening, you are also thinking and speaking. Exercise 3. Listen twice in different ways. Play the same audio 2 times. The first time, just relax and listen for the general idea. The second time, listen again, but with a pen in your hand. Write down one phrase you find interesting or new. This exercise helps you focus because the first time your brain gets the big picture, and the second time it can focus on details without stress. Exercise 4. Walking, listening. Take your headphones, go for a short walk, and listen while you move. As I said earlier, your body movement helps your brain stay awake. Many learners tell me they understand better when walking than when sitting still. Try it and see if it works for you. Exercise 5. Teach someone after you listen. Explain what you heard to another person, or even to yourself. You can say, "I listened to a podcast about travel. They talked about why traveling alone is exciting." When you explain it, you need to remember, and that forces your brain to focus during listening. These exercises are simple, but they work because they make listening active, not passive. They also build a habit. If you do one of them every day, your brain will slowly learn. Listening time means focus time. And here's an important reminder: don't train for too long. 10 focused minutes every day is better than one long, unfocused hour once a week. Your brain likes regular, small training. Think of it like watering a plant. A little water every day makes the plant grow strong. Too much water once a week can actually hurt the plant. Focus works the same way. So, if you want to stay focused while listening in English, make listening part of your daily life, even in small amounts. Listen while you cook, walk, clean, or drink coffee. Short, regular listening builds strong focus over time. We have talked about many different ways to stay focused while listening in English. Now, let's bring everything together, nice and clear, so you can remember the main ideas and start using them in your daily life. First, remember that focus is not magic. It is something you can train. When your mind loses attention, don't get angry with yourself. Just notice it and gently come back to the sound. Second, understand that you don't need every word. Your brain is smart. It can guess the meaning from keywords, from context, from the situation. If you focus on the main idea instead of every detail, your attention will be stronger and you won't feel so stressed. Third, prepare your environment and body. Turn off distractions, sit in a good place, maybe walk while listening, breathe deeply before you start. A healthy body and a calm space give your brain the energy to focus. Fourth, remember the problem of speed. Fast English is not your enemy. You can train with short clips, shadowing, and listening several times. Focus only on the key words, and little by little, your brain will become comfortable with speed. Fifth, don't forget emotions and confidence. Positive self-talk, curiosity, and interest are very important. If you believe in yourself and choose topics you enjoy, your focus becomes natural. Fear kills focus, but curiosity feeds it. And finally, make listening a daily habit. Just a few minutes every day is enough. Use exercises like 5-minute focus, note and repeat, or explain to someone else what you heard. These small steps, repeated often, will build your focus like muscles in the gym. So, here is the big message. Focus is not about being perfect. It is about being present. When you stay calm, curious, and consistent, your focus will grow, and listening to English will no longer feel like a fight. It will feel like an adventure, step by step, day by day. Before we close, I want you to remember one simple sentence. I don't need every word. I just need the idea. Say this to yourself every time you listen. It will keep you calm, it will protect your focus, and it will remind you that learning is a journey, not a race. Thank you so much for joining me today on Best English Podcast. My name is Sara, and it has been such a pleasure to spend this time with you. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep smiling. You are improving every single day. And if you enjoyed this episode, please follow Best English Podcast, share it with a friend who is also learning English, and leave a comment about your favorite tip for staying focused. Your support helps this community grow, and it gives me energy to make more episodes for you. Goodbye, and see you in the next episode.